the fact that the subsidizing of production, it's an excellent idea.
Yes.
But that ought to be the long-term idea. So the government is planning, we do not plant today and harvest tomorrow. It takes time, a number of months. So I wish the government can have a balance, say, though our policy is determined on subsidizing production, because also consumption is important, and you cannot work on an empty stomach.
Yes.
Let us subsidize consumption a little bit, so that at least you can be able to afford something. Yes, it can be different from what the previous government had, but then I believe it's not something out that is not doable. So that even those who are working on the farms, they have something in their stomach.
Yes.
So that in the long run, you will cut the subsidy on the production, because the food in the market is plenty. Alternatively, you make policies or plans on how food can be brought in the market, so that even as we wait for ours to mature and for us to have it, to harvest, there is food in the market. You either subsidize the product that's there, or you bring something new that has favorable terms to the mwananchi, so that even as they wait for theirs to mature, they have something in their stomach to work with.
Yes.
Yes, and I think because assuming we do not eat, we will die before even our crops mature. Of what benefit will it be to us and to the government when the people who were given fertilizer, who were given seeds, they are not there to enjoy those fruits? So I think the governments need to find a balance. And I think it's possible. You either bring food that is affordable to mwananchi with the little they are getting, or you subsidize what is in the market so that they can afford it. And also, you see, previously when the government came in the office, there was not much rain. Now there is a lot of rains. What is the government's policy on harvesting that rainwater? So that water, one of the reasons why when hunger strikes, it strikes hard, because we do not have other means of production. We rely on the natural source of water. If the governments, there are some areas that are conspicuous with floods and whatnot. Can the government teach or have framework on how people can harvest water and how they can utilize it to their production? So that now that there rains, the efforts should be on the consumption and harvesting of water. When this rain will end, that water will be used to water plants that are there.
Yes.
So that ultimately the production will be good. But the floods are there, they are killing everyone, they are killing animals. So that then at the end of the day we'll say government's idea, Serikali's idea, because people are dead because of the floods. The crops in the farms have been taken by the rains. I am a farmer and I know if there is so much rain, even the manure you have put, it will be carried away. The produce you want to harvest, it will not be yield much because it has been affected.
Yes.
And I think if the government want to help people and to get a permanent solution to the issue of food, diversifying the manner of food production is very important, so that we do not just keep on subsidizing consumption.
Pretty much.
I agree, it is a big expense on our government, but then in the long run, let the government come up with plans, sustainable plans. If you teach farmers on how to harvest rain and how to farm using other avenues of water, they will not need you to subsidize their consumption because they'll be able to manage themselves.
Yes.
Recently, there was a discussion about introduction of genetically modified crops. For them, they take a shorter duration. So if the government can seal all the loops in terms of the health benefits and the health hazards, so that, and then there is a good policy framework on who is to supply them, how is supply to be done, so that then we shall not allow the production of those food crops, and then we start battling our health hazards. If that's a framework that can be brought as well, it's fine, because you see, those are they are modified to yield much and also in a short duration.
Yes.
So that ultimately we'll say we have a proper supply of food. And when food is in the market, when there is supply, demand goes down and the price goes down, so that then even the government can be able to concentrate on other activities other than the cost of living.
Pretty much. All right, let's quickly move into the next discussion that has whipped the